Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Evangelist Life. This is going to be the second video I do tonight. I'm going to try to post both of these videos tonight. On this video, it's going to be about work. Now, as many of you realize, there's been a massive shortage in employees in many departments, especially departments that deal with customer service. And also work that is labor intensive. Now, first and foremost, for those of you that show up to work every day and you put in your heart and you put in your work every day to serve people like me, I appreciate every last one of you. Because if it wasn't for people like you, this society would not function. Now, I noticed that there's been a lot of people that, they're doing all this quiet, they're encouraging other people to do stuff like quiet quit. And there are cases where quiet quitting might be necessary to do. But me personally, I think what people are looking for is a better work and life balance. Now, me personally, when it comes to work, I think every employer ought to be required to offer. I think every employer ought to be required to allow a person to take off 1 week of work per 3 months. Now, granted, I'm nobody important in that regard, so obviously I'm just spitting out suggestions. And the suggestions I'm spitting out are suggestions that I feel that if these suggestions were turned into law by someone who enforces these type of laws, I feel that in itself would help with the whole employee shortage situation. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of baby boomers and even many of us Gen X's. We're looking at some of these younger millennials. We're looking at the Gen Zs and we're calling them lazy because many of them do not want to work. They're basically giving corporate America the peripheral middle finger, so to speak. So we're calling them lazy, worthless, whatever. And I believe what the younger generation is looking for are the same things that people in my generation and older were looking for. It's just that back in the day, when we were younger, social media was either A, social media was not around, or B, if it was, it wasn't the way it wasn't as advanced as it is today. But let's just be real. For those of you that are in my generation or older, I'm Gen X. I'm 43 years old. So for those of you that are my age or older, let's keep it real. When we were younger, we all sat around and we fantasized, hey man, it'll be nice to be able to pick and choose what days and what hours that we chose to work. It'll be nice to be able to take off whenever we wanted to take off. Let's keep it real. So I think one thing that will make a huge difference in this whole work-life fiasco is if a law was passed to where a employee would be able to take off 1 week of work every 3 months. Now, with that being said, if that employee decided, you know what, I need the money, I want to work that week, okay, whatever. They do what they do. But for those that prefer to take that little week off every 3 months, take that week off, take a vacation, go traveling, do whatever it is you like to do, relax, sleep, whatever. And I believe if that were to happen, I believe it would make a huge difference in many people's lives and many people's personalities. It would also make a significant difference in the health of many people, I believe, as well. Because, health and happiness go together. If people are able to relax more, if people, for those who like to travel, if people are able to travel a little more, then we're going to have a much happier group of people. We're going to have a much happier society. And people, therefore, are going to be healthier because they're going to be happier. Now, and another thing which I believe will help a lot when it comes to this whole work and life balance or imbalance fiasco is, give me 1 second. Another thing which I believe will help improve this working life imbalance fiasco is the mindset that people have when going to work. Now, obviously, we're going through this time of inflation. Everything under the sun is way more than what it used to be. Way more than what it was even a couple of years ago, even a year ago in some cases. Housing prices, whether you're looking to purchase or you're looking to rent, are completely insane. We know this. It's nothing new. We know this. And I would say in times like these, kind of like I discussed on my last video a little bit, when it comes to when it comes to anything that's monetary, your money, your houses, your automobiles, your clothes, or anything of that sort, we need, as a society, as a people, we need to break the habit of being identified by our money, basically. Rather than allowing people to identify us by our money, we need to people need to start to start looking at each other for who we are as a person, our character, all that basic shit, money is nothing but a tool. That's another thing. You're never going to hear me sit around and say F money, money ain't worth nothing. That's stupid talk. Money is a tool. Our automobiles is also a tool. We use our automobiles to get us from point 1 to point 2 and so forth. So our automobile is a tool. Our home, whether we're renting a home or we're purchasing a home, wherever we live, wherever we lay our head at night, that is a roof over our head. Our home, it protects us from the elements of the outdoors. It's our sacred space from the rest of the world. Those are the primary purposes of having a home. Our clothes. Our clothes are, I mean, the reason why we have clothes is because A, it protects our skin from the elements of from the elements of nature. And B, it also covers our body. It's a dignity type of situation. If I'm making any sense. And even the food we eat. I mean, ideally, when we eat, the primary purpose of eating is to provide our body with nutrition. So, I feel as a society, if we start to think in those terms, then our attitude about work will be different. Our attitude about how we treat money will also be different. And I believe our attitude and I also believe how we treat each other as a result will also be different. I mean, because it's like this. Now I understand sometimes we all do what we gotta do to get what we want to get, but it doesn't make sense to spend the next 15, 20 years working 60 plus hours a week just to pay off, just to pay a mortgage. I mean, you got this nice $500,000 house. I'm just throwing out numbers at this point. You got this nice $500,000 house. It's sitting on, let's say a few acres. You're living in your favorite neighborhood. You got this nice big house sitting on some acres. Maybe you're living off somewhere in the suburbs, or you're living somewhere nice on the countryside or whatever. The vehicle that you drive is a newer vehicle. I mean, you're doing well for yourself. Maybe you're driving a Tesla. And every week you might decide to go out to eat, and you typically order steak and lobster, and you might order a couple of drinks on top of that. So in the eyes of society, you're living a pretty damn good life. So what the hell are you gonna complain about? There's nothing to complain about. In the eyes of society, that's how that type of lifestyle would be viewed. My thing is, what's the point in working? I mean, what's the point in working yourself to the bone? What's the point in working yourself potentially to bad health? Potentially working yourself into an early grave? Just to be able to indulge on everything that's monetary. Anything and everything that you can have today, and then just like that, all that shit is gone tomorrow. I mean, what's the point? Think about that for a minute. I mean, you're working 60 plus hours a week. But, so think about this for a minute. When you get off of work, you're tired as hell. When you get to your nice home, are you going to feel like working your yard? Hell no. Are you going to feel like doing anything other than going inside and sitting on your ass and drinking a beer or whatever, and then falling asleep on the sofa, and then moving from the sofa to your bed? Most likely that's what you're going to do. And then the next morning, guess what? You get up and you do it all over again. You get up, you take a shower, you get ready for work, you grab a bite to eat, you grab you a cup of coffee, you're out the door. You come home, you're tired again. You sit on the couch, you drink whatever you drink. You fall asleep probably. You go to bed, and then the next day you repeat the same routine again. And you're going to repeat that routine for at least 5 days out of the week. Some people are going to do that kind of routine for 6 days out of the week. So the little bit of time that you have to where you can actually enjoy your house, I mean, think about that for a minute. So you might have, at best, 2 days out of the week, 2 days out of the week, to where you can actually enjoy your house. Every other day, you're running around in the hamster wheel trying to, make the money necessary to pay those bills, to pay the mortgage and the utility bills and such. And same thing goes for your vehicles. You got this nice expensive vehicle. Well, where are you going to drive it? Most people that have these nice expensive vehicles, guess where they drive it? They drive it to and from their job 5 to 6 days a week. So again, a lot of people may only have 1 to 2 days out of each week, to where they might actually get to enjoy their vehicle. They might actually get to drive their vehicle to a place that they want to be, that they enjoy being, not driving to work every freaking day. And then all your vehicle does is it goes from sitting in a driveway to now it's sitting all day off in some parking lot. But here you are paying $1,000 a month for your car note. You got this house. Your mortgage is $3,000 a month. So you pay $3,000 a month, and your house is empty more than it's occupied. You got this nice yard and everything, but you don't have time to do anything to it. It just sits there. So, the next time that you feel you're being judged, think about all that. Think about this video. The next time that you get an urge to want to spend some money, you want to upgrade your lifestyle. Upgrade your lifestyle for what and for who? Think about that. Ask yourself those questions. You want to buy a bigger house for what? You want to buy a bigger house for who? You need a fancier car for what? I mean, it's like this, people. For those of you younger folks that really think people are paying mind to your car, ain't nobody care about your stupid car. It's like, hey, for you younger folks out here that want to spend $1,000, that want to spend $600 and $700 a month on a freaking car note, I'm here to let you younger folks know, ain't no one care about your stupid car. I'm just saying, ain't no one care about your dumb car. So, that's all I gotta say. I don't really have much more to say. So, again, thanks for watching another video of mine. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Andrew's Life. So, I will check you guys later. Peace out.